All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing another beer from Hop Butcher for the World, and they're out of Chicago, Illinois, and this is their How Giant is Giant. So they're calling this one a Motueka, Simcoe and Citra-hopped Triple IPA that comes in at 10.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review. This can is approximately 2.5 months old, and I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to Hop Butcher for this beer. So in the description box, I'll post a link to the beer mail video I did that contains all the goodies they hooked me up with, and this is the final beer of the prior box that I am reviewing. I actually have their Cascade Heavy coming up this Friday. I already reviewed that one with a couple good friends of mine and fellow beer tubers, Dan and Mike over at FLX Beer Review. So you will see the release of that review on both of our channels, and that'll be it for this box. And I'll move on to the next box they sent me, which was 5 beers that I never have reviewed before. And hopefully by the end of July, I will have caught up with all the Hop Butcher reviews. And I know a lot of you, I shouldn't say frustrated, but a lot of you know that I post a couple Hop Butcher reviews per week, and that's because I'm kind of behind on a lot of their beers. So I gotta try to get them out in 2 reviews per week is what it is right now, but I'd like to get to where it's just 1 review from Hop Butcher per week. Anyway, Triple IPA from Hop Butcher. Now, I remember when this was released back, I believe it was in late April, that they talked about how this is a West Coast-style Triple IPA, and they've only done 1 prior, and that got me all excited. So I don't think this is going to be like hazy. It should be old school West Coast style, maybe a little like an orange kind of look to it. Maybe a little bit of haze, because a lot of West Coast IPAs and triple IPAs and double IPAs nowadays, you know, they got a little bit of haze to them. But anyway, let's pour it. Oh, so it looks clear pouring out, but in the glass, I think it's going to have a little bit of haze to it. But it definitely looks like a West Coast style hop forward beer, no doubt. I'll pour it all in because this glass allows me to. So we will put this over here. I do like the can art. I think that's pretty cool. How Giant is Giant. I think it's a pretty cool label, like most of the beers. So yeah, again, that has this slightly hazy kind of honey orange color. Had some decent carbonation I could see. Had about a finger of a bright white head that is now dissipated to a thin film, but that definitely looks like a West Coast style triple IPA of some sort. Let's get a nose. Ooh, that's nice. So first thing I get, there's pineapple. There's a little bit of like this orange kind of marmalade thing going on. There's a little bit of like a resinous pine, a dank character. Underneath it, I'm getting a little bit of like a berry character. Some slight touch of stone fruit. Yeah, there's like a zesty like orange marmalade, so not as sweet, more of like a zesty kind of orange and maybe like lemon type of thing going on. But yeah, pineapple, maybe a little bit of like overripened mango. Mango? I was gonna say mango and melon. I just said mango. I mangled that. See what I did there? Mango and melon. It smells sweet. Here's the problem that I have with all triple IPAs. Two problems. Will the booze show up? I want triple IPAs to hide the booze. That's a personal preference. I feel like when I get a boozy triple IPA or double IPA, it kind of takes away from what I enjoy about hop forward beers and the sweetness. Listen, it's a triple IPA. It's 10.5%, brewed with a lot of malt. It's tough to balance it out and make it balanced to the point where it's not overly sweet. So that's what I want to see from this one. I want to see it to be balanced, and I don't want it to be overly boozy. The nose does not indicate 10.5, and it smells a little bit sweeter, but there's enough of that like resinous, kind of spicy, piney type of thing going on to make it kind of settle down and a little bit of a toned down kind of sweetness. Anyway, let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Thanks again to Hop Butcher. All right, so it's a little boozy. Not crazy boozy, a little bit boozy. Slight warming on the back of the throat, into the chest. This is not crazy sweet, though, and I appreciate that. Body is pretty big. This is like lower side of full body, 10.5%. It's definitely bigger, you can tell. Mouthfeel, it's spritzy, has a moderate carbonation, but it has a nice smoothness to it. Body and mouthfeel are nice for this. The taste, the nose kind of follows suit in the taste. But I think this focuses more on, like, for me, citrus. There's that sweet, like orange marmalade. There's a zesty, like pithy kind of citrus, more to the orange and lemon side. Maybe a touch of grapefruit, tangerine. And that hits at the tip of the tongue. It's basically orange, marmalade, zesty, citrus fruit, pithy citrus fruit, a little bit of like a grapefruit. And yeah, the lemon's not as big. It's more grapefruit in the taste. As it starts passing through the palate, though, I get a little bit like a stone fruit quality, mango, maybe a touch of pineapple, melon, things of that nature. It's not overly sweet, though, in terms of those fruits. Like, it's not like an over-ripened mango or pineapple. It's just like a ripened one. So sweet, but not overly so. About 2/3 of the way through the palate is when I'm hit with that slightly resinous kind of pine thing. It's more, I wouldn't even say it's more piney. It's like maybe like a pine sap. There's like a spiciness kind of from the hop character, probably the Simcoe, I'd imagine. It's not really dank for me. It's more like a resinous pine spicy thing going on. Finish is semi-dry. A mild to moderate bitterness, approaching moderate. It's a little bit of a buildup on the back of the throat of a bitterness. So this is sweet, but it's not crazy sweet. This is like 60-40 sweetness for me. There's enough bitterness and a semi-dry finish to kind of balance it out to some degree. It's not super balanced or anything, but I will drink the rest of this can and not have any issues with it. The booziness on the palate, I'm starting to acclimate my palate to that boozy note. So it's not as stringent on the palate, but there's a big warming in the chest. So like I said, when I'm looking for what a beer is going to do as far as a triple IPA goes, this is not crazy sweet, does lean sweeter, and it's not crazy boozy, but it does have a big warming into the chest. So I think they did a pretty good job overall with it. This is really solid. Actually really good for a West Coast-style Triple IPA. I love the fact that it's not overly boozy. It's not overly sweet. There's some nice flavors in here. It's pretty damn good. So how giant is Giant from Hop Butcher? We will read the tasting notes momentarily. I have no problems giving this a solid, I give it a high 4 out of 5. I'll go 4.1 out of 5. I think that's a fair score for this. It's just really solid. Now, West Coast-style IPAs, double IPAs, triple IPAs, never my favorite style, but I've grown to appreciate them over the years, and I think they did a really good job here. It has some new school influences, so this is not like a straight West Coast style like hop forward beer, but it's pretty damn close, and it's quite delicious. So, tasting notes, zesty citrus. I said that multiple times, so I nailed it. Next one, sweet berry. So I got that in the nose. I never said anything about berries in the taste. So sweet berry, I don't really get sweet berry out of this one. No, the nose gave me a little bit of berry, but not much in the taste. So I did not get that. And then ripe tropical, that's very generic, but yeah, pineapple, melon, peach, or sorry, not peach, mango. Yeah, for sure. You could say stone fruits, tropical, whatever. So yeah, they were 2 for 3. Definitely didn't get the sweet berry though. Not much more to say about this one. Price and availability. I believe these in the Chicagoland area, when you're talking about triple IPAs from Hop Butcher, are like, I think they're like $19, $20 a 4-pack. This ever sees distro, like if they rebrew it again, you're probably paying more than that. If it hits distro, say like if it shows up here in Buffalo, New York, probably paying $22 to $24 a 4-pack, I'd imagine. I don't think I'd pay that. You know, if this hit distro, I don't think I'd pick this one up again unless I was really in the mood for it. Just because, you know, you're talking $5-6 a can, and this isn't amazing for what I'm looking for in a beer in general. So, but if you see this one, you like West Coast style hop forward beers and certainly triple IPAs, yeah, give it a go. And availability, this is the issue with Hop Butcher stuff. I have no idea anymore. Just they show up in different places. They show up overseas. Some people can get them, some people can't. If you live around the Chicagoland area, you can definitely pick up their stuff. Outside of that, it's hit or miss. We do get some drops here in Western New York, but outside of that, hopefully when they open up their new brewery, their distro gets a little bit bigger, because I feel more people need to try stuff from Hop Butcher because they make great beer. Although I know some people that, aren't on the Hop Butcher train, so to speak, and that's okay. We all have different opinions. We all have different palates. I've had, numerous hype breweries before that just didn't do it for me, and people love them and vice versa. So, if you've never had Hop Butcher stuff and you try it out and you don't like it, there's always other breweries out there for you to enjoy. So appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here in the Beer Patrol. Post in the comment section if you've had this beer before and what you think about it. Thanks again to Hop Butcher for all of the beers they send my way. And until the next one, cheers.